Okay, this is a review for Exam 2, Math 1325. The first problem we're going to do is take the derivative of this product, and we're going to simplify completely. So this is a product. There's two x terms being multiplied together. So we are going to do the product rule, which says 1d2 plus 2d1. So writing this down, 1 just means you write down the 1 term. d2 means you take derivative of the 2 term. So derivative of x squared is 2x minus derivative of 4x is 4. So that's 1d2 plus 2, I'm just going to write it down, d1. As I take the derivative of the 1 term, it's going to be a chain rule. We have a bunch of junk to the 6th power. Derivative is going to be 6 junk to the 5th power. Put the junk in right there, times the derivative of the junk, but the derivative of x plus 8 is just 1. Simplifying this, I have 6 of these x plus 8 terms on that side, and I have 5 of them on that side. So I can take 5 of them out of both. I can probably take more stuff out at this point, but I'm just going to go ahead and take that out first. So over here it leaves me with just one of them, times 2x minus 4, plus, on this side I took out all 5 of them. So I have 6 times 1 is 6, and it leaves me with x squared minus 4x. So I'm going to simplify this stuff in the middle. I've got x plus 8 to the 5th. Foiling that out, x times 2x is 2x squared minus 4x plus 16x minus 32. And over here I'm going to multiply the 6 through. So plus 6x squared minus 24x. I can combine my x squared terms. So I'm going to have x plus 8 to the 5th. 2x squared plus 6x squared is 8x squared. Then I have an x term there, there, and there. And so I can add those together, and I get minus 12x, and then minus 32. And then I can look in the parentheses here and see if I can take anything else out, and I can take a 4 out of everything, it looks like. So if I take a 4 out of everything, that leaves me with 2x squared minus 3x minus 8. And there's that answer. Remember, you can pause this at any time if you need to go back and look at something. Alright. So taking the derivative of k of x, it's a quotient. So I'm going to use the quotient rule. Low d high minus high d low over the square of what's below. So low, I'm just going to write it down. D high, derivative of g of x is g prime of x, minus high is g of x. D low is 3x squared plus f prime of x. And that's over the square of what's below. But it's really wanting us to find k prime of 1. So everywhere there's an x, I'm going to put in a 1. So the first term, 1 cubed, is just 1 plus f of 1 times g prime of 1 minus g of 1 times 3 times 1 squared is just 3 plus f prime of 1 over 1 cubed is just 1 plus f of 1 squared. So f of 1 was given to me right there, and that's in a couple of places. And then g prime of 1 is given right there. And then g of 1 is given right there. And then f prime of 1 is given right there. So I'm going to replace everything with what it equals. So I have 1 plus 3 times 10 minus 8 times 3 plus negative 2 over 1 plus 3 squared. That gives me 4 times 10 minus 8 times 3 plus negative 2 is 1 over 4 squared. So I have 40 minus 8 over 16, which is 32 over 16, which is 2. Alright, number 3, taking the derivative and simplifying completely. So remember, the derivative of e to the x is e to the x. So the derivative of e to the junk is e to the junk times the derivative of the junk. The half just stays there. So I'll have e to the junk times derivative of the junk. 6 times 3 is 18, x to the 5th, minus 5 times 4 is 20, x to the 4th, plus derivative of 8x is 8. Now the only thing I can do to simplify is I can multiply the half into all this over here. And so my e term will stay the same. And then half times 18 is 9. Half times 20 is 10. And half times 8 is 4. So there's number 3. Number 4, we're going to take the derivative and simplify completely. So this is a quotient. I'm going to use the quotient rule. Low d high minus high d low over the square of what's below. So low, I'm just going to write it down. D high is just 5 minus high, just going to write it down. D low is 4 over the square of what's below. So that's my calculus part right there. Now I'm going to do algebra to simplify it. The denominator's already done. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to multiply that 5 through. And I get 15 plus 20x minus, I'm going to multiply this through, so minus 20x minus negative 24 is plus 24 over 3 plus 4x squared. Those cancel. And so I have 15 plus 24, which is 39, over 3 plus 4x squared.